Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I have all 40 R&F oil drawing sticks laid out. We're going to swatch them out. I will say the colors as I'm swatching them out. And then if you'd like to stick around after the swatching, I am going to paint up this little tugboat, which I did using only the oil sticks, a couple of brushes, and some odorless mineral spirits. So stay tuned for that towards the end of the video. And so we have sap green. Now, this paper I have double coated with gesso and blood it'll slippery with these. So I would say probably prepare the paper with something with a little more grit to it. Criminate green. Yeah, it's chrome green. Turkey Cumbros Cam. Celadon. See how slippery they are on here? So that did pose a little bit of problem when I was trying to paint with them. But after I let a layer dry, they did go ahead and Veronese green. They did grab on a lot better once there was a layer of oils already. Turquoise. Malachite. Cobalt. And that's why also they look a little streaky on here. Where did I leave off? That was cobalt. Cerulean extra pale. So yeah, definitely I'd say use something with a little bit more grit. Azure. Psych with the dog leaf hair. I tell you, he is like shedding. Phthalo blue. Midnight. Providence. Payne's Gray. Gypsy bun. Natty. Accidental magenta white. And just did that one. Daikon. Take off busty red. The warm phone. Very orange color. Quinacridone magenta. Mars red. Unbleached titanium. And I'll zoom you in too on these. Brilliant yellow pale. Some of them are a little contaminated, sorry. These do get really messy, which I'll show you how I've been, nickel yellow, how I've been storing them, and that it's kind of messy. Cadmium yellow light. Olive yellow. Mars yellow light. Juan brilliant. cadmium orange, cherry absinthe, brown pink, raw umber, cerulean gray, neutral gray medium, Mars black, and then we also have this iridescent pewter, the ancient gold, which that's quite beautiful, really nice. And then we also have the white, which won't really show on there. So I'll let you go ahead and, oh, you know what? Let me show you my storage. So I have this little box, and then I put it in a plastic bag as well, and kind of stored them upright, but they were really sticky, and you can see how it's getting all over, and they haven't even been in here that long, but I thought it would keep them from drying out faster. No such luck. So I think they dry at the same rate, so I probably am going to do away with this whole little system of trying to keep them a little more without getting that coating over the top, that you have to take the coating off, kind of like with a paper towel, because it kind of dries, and then you have to kind of work it off a little bit against. I was using like a paper towel like this and just kind of running them against the little bit of paper towel, taking off the hard core, and you can kind of see the little bit of stuff coming off there of the dried paint. But these are lovely to go over anything because they dry. You don't have to worry about drying. So let's get into a bit of painting video, and then we'll talk at the end. And I just wanted to bring this up for a close-up of the colors in case you were interested in just getting a couple of the colors. And my painting is still a little wet where I put the white highlights on the top. So yeah, don't use a very slick surface. You need something with a little bit of grip. Although like blurring out the sky went really, really smooth. It just slicked right over the white gesso. And same thing with the water and everything. And after I let that first coat dry, putting in these like little highlights going over where the ridges grabbed it worked absolutely beautiful. These are great on top of already dried oil. I didn't use any other oils. Like I said, I only used the mineral spirits, odorless mineral spirits, and a few brushes to go ahead and blend things out. The trees I basically did with a little bit of dotting after I smudged in the back. It was hard, very hard to get any type of detail. I used a little bit of the mineral spirits and the and brushes to try and crispen up those lines, but it's kind of hard because these are a little bit drier, which is great for in stick form, but it tends to not be able to get that really definite line. And even when I kind of mushed them out and made them a little more liquidy, it was still hard to get like that opacity and those lines and everything. But overall, I think it turned out really cute for doing, every time I get a new art supply, I really like to go ahead and just do a full heavy duty kind of work through with it, full piece with it, so that I know exactly how it works. These I was actually thinking of using over my watercolors and stuff to kind of make like flowers pop or do something to that effect, which I think will work just fine with using a little bit of medium over the top of the watercolors so that it doesn't, you know, mess anything, or it doesn't soak through in the paper. The oils don't soak through in the paper. They said for archival purposes you need a coating underneath them, just like any type of oil would be. So I hope this kind of helped you to see if you kind of like these. Stay tuned for the next video. We are going to go into, I'll give you a sneak peek, using these new universal sprays over watercolors and seeing if they'll smudge things. Like they said that they're good for watercolor and pastel and a whole bunch of things. We're going to put them to the full test and see if we can do coatings for our mixed media pieces and then be able to use something like this over the top without having to worry about smudging or dust particles or anything like that. So I'll see you in the next one, and you have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.